Places to visit: Stockholm, Sweden. Stockholm is the capital of Sweden and the most populous city in Scandinavia. The city has 1.4 million people in urban areas and about 2.2 million in metropolitan areas. Stockholm is the cultural, media, political, and economic center of Sweden. Getting around Sweden is very easy. You can choose from a number of airplanes, trains, buses, or ferries. Rail network is efficient and extensive. Motorways and roads are relatively free of traffic by international standards. Flying is a real efficient way to get around the country because of the well-developed system of regional airports. Sweden's many lakes, islands, and canals are linked by a network of canal boats, vintage steamers, and ferries. These are some point of interest to visit in Stockholm. 1. Skansen Open Air Museum. Skansen is the world's first open air museum. Gives visitors an insight on how Swedes lived once upon a time. 2. Vasa Museum. The Vasa ship capsized and sank in 1628 near Stockholm. After 333 years, the warship was salvaged so the voyage could continue. Today, Vasa is the world's only preserved 17th century ship. It is also the most visited museum in Scandinavia. 3. Stockhom Old Town. Old Town is Stockholm's original city center. It dates back to the 13th century, but most buildings are from the 17 and 1800s. The main square Stortorget is the center of Old Town. 4. ABBA The Museum. ABBA was the popular Swedish band that stormed the pop world from 1972 to 1983. ABBA The Museum is a permanent exhibition in the brand new Swedish Music Hall of Fame. The museum showcases the band's stage clothes, artifacts, concert footage, as well as interviews in a contemporary interactive setting. 5. Fotografiska. Fotografiska is one of the world's largest meeting places for contemporary photography. There are 4 unique large exhibitions and about 20 smaller exhibitions presented annually. 6. Djurgarden. Djurgarden is an island that is beloved by both Stockholmers and tourists. Djurgarden is a calm oasis which has been royal land since the 15th century. Here are some tips to keep in mind while visiting the city. Sweden is one of the safest countries. Visitors to Sweden do not have to worry about any safety issues as long as they're using basic safety tips and common sense. Crime rates in Sweden are much lower than in other European countries. There are no health risks to be worried about in Sweden for travelers. Pickpockets are only an issue in Stockholm if they're carrying loads of cash on them and they're carrying passports on them. If you plan on visiting Sweden in the winter, keep these tips in mind. Sweden deals with very harsh winter weather. Delayed trains and flights are very difficult to avoid during severe weather conditions. Snow and ice on the road cause daily accidents. Overall, Stockholm, Sweden is a very nice city to visit. Next, places to visit: St. Petersburg, Russia.